Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Days of Our Lives spoilers for the following 2 weeks, August 28 to September 8, uncover that Philip Kyriakis will cause disturbances with his most recent revisitation of Salem. The 7-day stretch of August 28-September 1 will present to Cleopatra's blacking out spell, since Philip has turned up alive all of a sudden. Brady Dark will likewise be stunned to see Philip, so he'll embrace him until he finds out about his faked downfall and the jail arrangement. Day spoilers say Brady will ultimately bludgeon Philip and take steps to call the police as his fierceness emits. Obviously, Philip will apologize and expect to set things right for his terrible choices. In spite of the fact that Philip has gotten emotional well-being treatment, he'll confront lawful outcomes assuming he needs to. However, Bill Black Brady will do everything in her power to convince Brady not to press charges. Victor Kyriakis, Sean Brady will struggle to deal with Victor's fate on top of Bo Brady's coma and everything else going wrong in his life. Philip has probably been through enough with his mental health issues and the sudden death of his father. It seems to be Sean will think about finishing everything, except somebody ought to make an appearance to prevent him from sending himself to an early grave. At the Dimura Manor, Kristen Dimura will offer something that nearly uncovered Dimitri von Leichner's hoax marriage and issue with Leo obvious. There'll evidently be a near calamity with Elliot Roth, the counselor responsible for ensuring Dimitri's marriage is genuine so he can accept his legacy. In the interim, Stefan Dimura will attempt to convince Rachel Dark to complete the round of 20 inquiries she began with Gabby Dimura. Uncle Stefan will give his all to get along and persuade Rachel to spill the mystery Kristen's keeping about Dimitri. After Steve Johnson gives Abe Carver a bump in the correct bearing, Paulina Cost will get a great treat. Abe will ask Paulina out on the town, so she'll trust that this is the beginning of winning her better half back. Paulina might conclude that regardless of whether she can't refresh Abe's memory, she can fascinate him and ideally make him fall head over heels once more. When Theresa Donovan comes back to Salem, he won't believe it when he sees Brady again. According to Day's spoilers, Theresa will visit Brady to inquire about how he is coping with Victor's death so that they can reunite. Then Rafe Hernandez will settle on a major proficient choice after Paulina conveys a few updates. Maybe Rafe will miss the opportunity to be restored in the police chief job and push for Jada Tracker to get advanced all things considered. Dick Van Dyke will play a mysterious patient at the hospital who doesn't know his name and can't put his life's pieces together. Marlena Evans will start to lead the pack on assisting this captivating person with sorting out his past. During the 7-day stretch of September 4 to 8, Marlena will enlist Steve and John Dark for some assistance tackling the secret. John and Steve will pick up some hints that could help them identify this man. In addition, Doug Williams and Julie Williams will meet Van Dyke's character. It will be interesting to see if they can jog his memory of a surprising past. Across town, Xander Cook will respond to a bid for employment, so Maggie Kyriakis could push him to be Titan's chief, or possibly break president, while she laments for Victor. Regardless of the allure of that proposition, Xander might keep on having doubts about leaving the Observer, particularly since Chloe works there. Regardless, Maggie's suggestion may not be approved by Sonny because Xander will get into a heated argument with him around the time of Victor's funeral. According to Day's spoilers, Alex Kyriakis will run Titan in the not-too-distant future, so Maggie might turn to him as a last resort. Maggie will also be working hard to persuade Sarah Horton to admit that her child is hers. Sarah will eventually start giving birth, so we'll check whether Xander assumes a part in the impending conveyance. Trip Johnson and Wendy Shin will work together again at the Salon Inn to have a romantic evening all to themselves. Will Wendy and Trip at long last have intercourse interestingly, or will they get hindered by and by? We ought to make reference to that Ava Vitali has another emergency coming up at Bayview, where Harris Michaels will accidentally bring more hardship by attempting to help. Dual spoilers say Rafe Hernandez will find out about a portion of the show going down at Bayview, so there may be some circumstance where he's ready to contribute. Regardless, Tripp could get a call about Ava's most recent implosion. That could prompt Tripp abandoning Wendy again. Or it could essentially mess up the energy of their evening and impede their lovemaking plans. Even if he did, EJ Demura probably wouldn't care about Ava's mental illness claims. Since EJ is convinced that Ava is to blame for Susan Banks' death, he will proceed with a plan to eliminate Ava from the map. Any gruesome plots will have to wait because Johnny Demura will in some way obstruct EJ's path to vengeance. It's great too since all signs highlight Susan really being alive. Ava will get some kind of memory streak, so that could prompt her recollecting that Susan might have endured the accident, all things considered. Lastly, Vivian Alamain will return to Salem for some surprises and changes. After Victor's funeral, Stefan Demura's mother will show up and quickly cause trouble at the Demura mansion. According to Days of Our Lives spoilers, there will be a lot of exciting news in the next 2 weeks, so keep an eye out. Days of Our Lives spoilers uncovered that Stefan Demura and Gabby Demura are in for a shock when Vivian Alamain appears as a liberated person. On September 8, Vivian will return to Salem in triumph after securing her release from prison in some way. Naturally, Vivian was once married to Victor Kiriakis, so she will be present for his funeral and memorial service. Days spoilers say Vivian will have a plan, so she'll track down a lot of ways of mixing the pot once she's back in the neighborhood. Soon Vivian bursts in the Demura Manor, where she'll probably move in. It's only difficult to envision Vivian making do with the Salem Motel when Stefan, Gabby, thus numerous others are residing in roomy, rich rooms in the Demura family home. Dimitri von Leischner at present dwells at the Demura Manor, so he'll have a stunning experience with Vivian as she spreads the word. According to Days spoilers, Kristen Demura will also interact with Vivian as she announces her return and hints at her goals. It's not difficult to perceive how Vivian's unexpected appearance could cause disturbances in Stefan and Gabby's new marriage. Despite Gabby's efforts to persuade Stefan to get rid of Vivian, Stefan may end up reuniting with her because he has always felt sorry for his mother. Also, Days spoilers say that Stefan might think Vivian could be a strong ally, and there are always too many of them in Demura territory. Vivian might be able to lend a hand because Stefan and Gabby are working on a plan to discover Dimitri's secret. This might really prompt Vivian scoring her own piece of the von Leischner fortune, or she could basically assist Stefan with a shakedown plot to score more influence. Notwithstanding, Vivian's first airdate back will be September 8, so she's certain to make an essential stupendous reappearance to Salem. Duo fans will be anxious to see Louise Sorrell repeat the job of Vivian and cause a ruckus after Victor's burial service. Days of Our Lives spoilers say Vivian will demonstrate she's an awe-inspiring phenomenon, so remain tuned for refreshes on some other news connected with her return. Thanks for watching if you liked this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any updates.